All right. So with our honorables out of the way, Amanda, let's get to the top three movies of 2023.
All right. My third is one that I think we were all quite taken with when we saw it. I think I was the first to see it. And unlike Fair Play, this one you all agreed with me. Past Lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Amazing
is
movie.
an amazing movie. Just a really, and it's one of those ones that if I was her, I might be scared because it is clearly so autobiographical in so many ways that I hope she's got it to do it with something that isn't that personal to her, or that she's had a
Right.
lot of really poetic experiences in her life, because this is just this beautiful, heartbreaking, but at the same time not story that spans over the course of like 24 years of this woman who emigrates to Canada from Korea,
Yeah.
and all of the things that come with that, the people you leave behind, how you might try to reconnect later, just the conversation with her and her mom. My mom's always like, whatever happened to so and so, and then I'm online looking up so and so. It's such a relatable thing. And then you have all those what if feelings, and then realizing that maybe your lives aren't compatible in those different areas, and how you kind of all have to move on. And that while it does on the surface level just feel like this may be like a flip on the love triangle or like the girl next door type story, it really is also this story of someone kind of letting go of a version of themselves that they could have been to be the person that they are now and who they want to be, and pursuing who they want to be, and why that's okay. I know that there's like a moment at the end that people are like, I don't understand why she's crying, but it's like she's not just crying over this one thing. It's everything. It's her whole life, and this door kind of like closing
Yeah.
on a chapter that wasn't ever really open, but it's this whole part of herself that's
I
yeah.
I've always found that to be less of her, crying at what didn't happen and more crying
Yes.
because it's like saying goodbye to a version of yourself that you
Yes.
thought you had inside you, right? Like you're
Yeah.
closing a door on a way your life could have gone that you see so clearly, but it's
Yes.
not the way your life is going to go.
Yes. And then just the entire concept of inyan as a thing, I think is so beautiful and interesting and like captivating in so many different ways that anybody can apply to their lives. There's so much about that movie to love. And the opening shot, honestly, I think is actually one of the best things, that it's starting with us and a camera closing in on the three main characters, but we're hearing someone else talk about them and
Yeah.
wondering what's the
Oh,
dynamic,
it's so
what's
good.
going on here. That's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's an amazing movie. Amazing movie.
Amazing
it's-
movie.
My three.
Yeah, I had it down at number 6, but not for lack of loving it, because it is, again, one of the best scripts of the year. I think there are so many lines that just like hit you like an anvil over the head or something.
Yes.
I go again and again to the quote about you dream in a language I can't understand. It's like this whole place inside you I
good.
can't go. There's the I didn't know liking your husband would hurt this much, or what if this was a past life as well, and we're already on something else to each other in our next life. Like just so many things that I feel like, some people like lines so beautiful that I expect someone will get them tattooed on them somewhere,
I
right? Like they
could
just
definitely see that.
the kind of quotes you
Yeah.
can live your life by.
Yeah.
And
And then- Also, it's not just her, it's also him realizing that he's been holding on to this version
Yes.
of her as at 12, this 12-year-old version of her, and what that version of her would have been that never existed, that doesn't
Yeah.
exist, that won't ever exist.
if
So
you
that's
had
why
never left
it's-
Seoul, would I
Or
still have
adapted
looked
to
for you?
something else.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I never left Soul, but I still look for so good. It's so good. It's very good. It's very good.
Shout out John Mangaro. I think he was the only one who was there because we saw it at the premiere at Sundance.
They were all
decided
there.
to make it super early. Was John there?
John was there.
I guess I was too focused on my man's
Oh
fit.
no, was he the only one not there?
Yeah.
I thought they were all there. I thought
don't
he was
remember
there.
him
I
being
thought they literally kind of asked him the question of like, is it kind of awkward to be playing a movie where you're like
the
kind
the
of
one
cucking-
dude who
cucking
has no
yourself?
idea.
Yeah, you're kind of cucking
My man
yourself a
was
little bit,
fitted.
but no, he knew.
I was too
he knew.
focused
He
on
was
my
in
man's
it.
fit from
It
the
was good.
from the premiere.
I forgot you were at that
Sadly-
too. Yeah,
I drove us.
yeah, I know you drove us.
That was the opening one. I thought
Yeah, that was you and me
was,
got that. Yeah,
Alina went too.
yeah.
but
It was,
we were worried that it was going to be too packed because we knew
Mhm.
that like the last minute edition, and
Yeah.
Zach wasn't going to be able to go in. We had a whole row
Yeah.
with us. That was the one that was a sleeper hit for a lot of people this year.
Mhm.
felt like, it looks like it's a boring movie, and then all of a sudden it starts making the rounds, and once people finally see it and they give it the time, they do agree with it. And that was one thing that I said since we caught it at Sundance, is that so many people are focused on it being about who you're missing out in your life, and it's not about that. It's very autobiographical for her. Sense that
Exactly right.
she,
Like I don't think she would stay married to her husband if that was the takeaway meant to be.
Yeah, because people were seeing it as
movie.
disses and stuff, and it's like it's way more internal, but everybody wanted to see it external. And I'm like, if that's as far as you connect with the movie, then you're not giving into it, because once you do give into it, you realize, like we're saying, it's a movie where there's another version of herself that did know Korean. That wouldn't be flubbing it over. And a lot of us have those different paths we could have taken. The past lives isn't just with them together, it's her.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't want to engage with. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
It's bumped around. It was my number one, and it's just.
It was my number one as well.
We're just bumping around because of vibes.
In a past life?
In a past life, it was.
It might have been number one.
It might have been number one.
Yeah. Certainly worthy of it. All three of us got that on our list. It has been one of our favorites of the year since we saw it almost 12 months ago at this point. Yeah. So it's got the staying power as well.